This is your AESH Weekly News Minute for Tuesday, March 7, 2023. Energy news. Critical for Kazakhstan to pursue oil export options outside of Russia, investor says. Kazakhstan's ability to diversify its seaborne crude oil export routes away from Russian territory is critical to the country's economy, the developer of an alternative port told CNBC. I believe it's less political, more existential question, and we hope that also international community is going to support that initiative to have alternative routes in order to minimize the effects of any supply shortages, Nurzan Murabayev, CEO of Kazakh infrastructure investor Semerginvest, told CNBC's Dan Murphy and Hadley Gamble. His company has been working to develop the Kuryk port on the eastern coast of the Caspian Sea, a project that includes a bulk cargo terminal designed for the transshipment of oil, bulk oil cargo and liquefied petroleum gas. Once complete, the port could provide an alternative to Kazakhstan's main seaborne crude oil export route, which currently transports volumes across Russian territory via the 1,511-kilometer, 939-mile Caspian Pipeline Corporation's pipeline for later shipment from the CPC terminal near Russian port Novorossiysk. Logistics and transportation news. XPO has initiated a multimodal solution that it says is unique in the UK. The company will migrate volumes destined for Scotland from its shared user pallet network to a new multimodal solution, utilizing overnight rail service for the Linnahall portion. The rail service is provided by Malcolm Logistics and accommodates loads of all sizes. XPO stresses it first introduced a road rail option in the UK in 2022, combining full truckload transport and daytime rail service for pipe manufacturer Wavan. The company adds that its new solution's combination of pallet network and overnight rail maintains the lead times required and is expected to be faster than traditional trucking at a comparable cost, with significantly less environmental impact. XPO claims its customers in the Midlands who ship to Scotland can reduce the greenhouse gas emission of a pallet by up to 79%. Technology news. Meta announces big price cuts for its VR headsets. Meta will slash the prices of its Quest 2 and high-end Quest Pro headsets, the company announced Friday. The price of the 256GB Meta Quest 2 will drop from $499.99 to $429.99, while the price of the higher-end Meta Quest Pro will be slashed to $999.99 from $1,499.99. Meta lost $13.7 billion on its Reality Labs segment in 2022. That's the business unit responsible for building the company's ambitious metaverse technologies. Reality Labs generated revenue of $727 million in the fourth quarter and $2.16 billion for all of 2022, a decline from $2.27 billion in 2021, including sales of Quest headsets. The Meta Quest Pro was launched in October, but its high price put it out of reach for most consumers. And there didn't seem to be a clear professional use case either. The lower price could make it more attractive to both audiences. Finance news. China is rolling out the red carpet to attract foreign executives. China is pulling out all the stops to keep multinationals like Apple and its supplier Foxconn in the country. Such efforts to attract foreign investment come as the pandemic and geopolitical tensions push companies to diversify their supply chains away from China. For the first time in 25 years, the American Chamber of Commerce in China found that less than half the respondents to its annual survey ranked China as a top 3 investment priority. The number of companies which are considering or starting to relocate their manufacturing and sourcing outside of China rose by 10 percentage points from a year ago, the survey found. The majority of respondents don't plan to relocate their supply chains, the AmCham report said. The survey was conducted last fall, and results hadn't changed significantly since China ended its stringent COVID controls, AmCham said. Global news headlines. Serbian nationalists march in protest against Kosovo talks. Hundreds of Serb nationalists and Orthodox Christians marched in Belgrade on Sunday to protest against a Western plan aimed at mending ties between Serbia and its former province Kosovo. Many Serbs view Kosovo, home to the Serbian Orthodox faith's main churches and monasteries, as the heartland of the Serb nation. Serbian nationalists who also want closer ties with Russia, Serbia's longtime ally, criticize President Aleksandar Vučić for his role in talks over a Western-backed deal with Kosovo. On February 27, Vučić and Kosovo's Prime Minister Albin Kurti tentatively agreed to the deal about normalization of relations, but did not sign it. Kosovo, which is an ethnic Albanian majority, declared independence in 2008, almost a decade after a war that brought an end to Serbian rule. But Serbia still regards Kosovo as its territory, and flare-ups of violence have stoked fears of a return to conflict. More talks are needed on the implementation of the pact, and the two leaders will meet again under EU auspices in North Macedonia lakeside city of Ohrid on March 18. This has been your AESH Weekly News Minute for Tuesday, March 7, 2023. If you want more global energy news and real-time alerts, hit the subscribe button now and follow us on social media.